During the time I delivered pizza as my full-time job, there was an initiative that our franchise owners put forth after a certain negative review that they had received. Starting from that day, all delivery drivers were required to install a tracking device in their vehicle in order to record the length of the trip, the route taken, and the number of unnecessary stops on the trip. Initially, there was a very high level of importance placed on the usage of these tracking devices. Our drivers needed to sign out a tracker before they clocked in, and the routes were heavily reviewed. There were problems that occurred later, and the problems very much stemmed from the operations within the store that I had worked at. At the store I worked at, our management was shaky at best. Not long after we began using the trackers, they would come up missing at times, and nothing was ever done to recover them or replenish our stock that we had. Uh, Other times, our managers wouldn't even go through the trouble of issuing us drivers a tracker whenever we first got into work. This shared apathy between management and employee ultimately resulted in just the tracking devices being completely phased out. A lesson that I can say that I learned from this experience is that you absolutely need cooperation between all levels of employees when trying to implement a new standard within a business. There also needs to be an authoritative figure to preserve that cooperation. I'm sure at the store that I worked at, we would have benefited a lot if our manager was very much so